We're here in Phoenix at the 2015 IAB Annual Leadership Meeting, where we've just wrapped up our town halls. 4 intimate forums which call on attendees to collaborate on how we overcome pressing issues. Town halls set the agenda for our industry, and they require active participation. Let's hear what they had to say on viewability.
Just got done doing the Viewability Town Hall, which, as it often is a very intense discussion and debate, and we're excited to share the key takeaways today.
And so there were 4 key takeaways in actually no particular order. There was a lot of conversation around what publishers can do and what the IAB can do to help consolidate a set of best practices for publishers getting more viewable inventory. And the conversation was great. It ranged from things like having ad servers only serve viewable impressions to publishers only serving viewable impressions via lazy load, to third, of course, redesigning sites, and there's a lot of best practices that can be shared there. Yep. And fourth, not last but certainly not least, fixing fundamental technical issues around viewability, such as latency and slow loading ads, among other things.
Right. We also then moved into the discussion around T's and C's and whether it was time to develop new industry T's and C's 3.0, or whether to think about mending the T's and C's that we've got and the initial guidance that we've got in the marketplace around viewability. And we all know that the development of a T's and C's 3.0 would require a tremendous effort and a coming together of people from agencies, brands, and publishers, to be, as well as the IAB and others, to be able to sit down and really craft this out, and that's a tremendous undertaking. And so whether it's at a point yet where we should be doing that, or if we should work within the framework of what we've got and just continue to evolve that, was also a key discussion point.
And I like the idea of the publishers and agencies having to get together in a room to talk about that, right, because there's so many difficult parts of implementing the viewable impression. And the third thing we talked about was very, very clear, a need for more education. Right. This started with agencies saying we need to do more education, quickly moved to publishers saying we need to do more education, and we included marketers as well. So there's a very clear call for even further education. This process is hard enough if everybody knows all the issues around it. And if there's ignorance in the market, it just makes it harder.
Exactly. And then the last part, which was very encouraging, was really focusing on what's next and the concept of we need to move on, that this is a reality and it's good for the industry. And we've gotten to this point after years and years of hard work by many parties. And for all of us now, we need to think about how do we take this as really a new baseline and think about all the work of the 3MS and what it stood for to get us to a point where we can focus on the real brand metrics that matter. How do we, whether that's the GRP or other attention and engagement-based metrics, how do we use this as a point in time in which we can actually start to move forward and look beyond where we're currently at for better outcomes, which will be benefit to everybody.
Yeah, it was a great way to end the session.
Absolutely.